next Tuesday night, I have my once per month embodiment class. So it's an hour and a half, 7 to 8:30 p.m. And it's yoga for the first 40 minutes. And it's a little different than I usually teach, just a little more intuitive, a little more freedom to move the way you want to move. And then, so yoga first 40 minutes, breath work for about 30 minutes, and then the last 15 to 20 minutes, sound bath. So a little bit of everything. And it's just the same as this class by donation. So you just show up, you don't need to sign up, just show up 7 p.m. and then donate. So yeah, I think that's it. Any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, let's just practice. So let's start in a comfortable seat if you're not already there. And you might take a moment to kind of move around, get some feedback from your body. Just notice how you feel, how you woke up. And then as you're ready, find stillness. So eventually close your eyes and feel into a nice long spine. So from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head, feel that long line of energy. And let your shoulders just kind of melt down away from your ears. You might rest your hands in your lap. You might bring your hands to your heart, perhaps even one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. And take these first couple moments, not to just anticipate what's next, but to really be present, to really arrive in this space, to really arrive in your body. So start to notice how you feel. Maybe you notice just the ground underneath your sit bones or the air on your skin. You might notice sounds in the room. You might notice sounds inside your body. Maybe you can hear the sound of your breath. So just bringing more awareness to what's going on inside. And start to notice the rise and fall of your breath if you haven't already. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. And when you think you are full, see if you can even sip in a little bit extra. And then open mouth sigh, let it go. Good, again, just like that, inhale, fill up. Take a moment to pause at the top. Maybe a little extra sip. And open your mouth, let it go. One more time, just like that. So huge inhalation. Biggest inhale of your morning. It's like you're waking your body up from the inside, filling it up with this life force, this prana. And then when you're ready, just let it go. Sigh it out. Very nice. Seal your lips now. And begin to drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And start to create that little whisper noise, that oceanic sound as your breath flows through. Use your breath to anchor you into the here and now. So if you focus on your inhale, on your exhale as it is happening, you can't help but be present. You can stay right here for as long as you want to. Just your morning seated meditation, noticing what's there, noticing your breath flowing through, noticing any emotions that are present. So be right here as long as you desire. And then when you feel ready to move, you can start from your seat if you want to, just moving through your upper body, your head, your shoulders, your arms. And eventually, just like we usually do, we'll come forward to hands and knees. So just in your own time, make that transition onto hands and knees and keep exploring what's present for you. Keep exploring your physical body. So maybe you want to take some cat-cows or some hip circles. Maybe you want to sit back into child's pose, come forward towards cobra or up dog. And then also explore not just physical, but energetically, what's going on inside of you, emotionally, what's present, what's moving around. And no judgment, just observation. So that's the practice. Can you be with yourself without trying to necessarily fix anything or control anything, but just allowing what's there to be there? Take about 4 or 5 more breaths, just moving in your own way. So intuitively, creatively, instinctually, and then eventually back to downward facing dog. No rush. So you can start your own transition back whenever you're ready. If you want to, take a vinyasa to get back to down dog. Hover your knees. And then slowly take your hips up and back. So transition with awareness as well. I think one of the best ways to build strength in a yoga practice is to learn how to transition slowly. Once you are back in down dog, keep feeling around. Pedal out your heels, shift your weight from side to side. Shake your head, yes or no. Yeah, maybe you want to bend your elbows, squeeze them in towards each other for a turbo dog. Maybe you want to bend your knees a lot and just work the length from your fingertips up to your sit bones. Nice, Kate. So feeling around, noticing what's there, creating more space on the inside with every breath you take. And if this is a pose you've been in hundreds of times before, how does it feel today? How does it feel in this moment? Is there any way you can shift or adjust to be a little more efficient in your own body? So if it feels like all the weight is coming down into your hands, how can you change that? Can you use your shoulders? Can you use your core? Can you use your breath? Nice poses, everybody. So how much space and length can you create on the inside? Take one more huge inhalation into your down dog. And then as you exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. You can come in, there's a mat for you. Just put in the basket. Thank you. All right, once you're in your fold, be there for a moment. So hang out, maybe a rag doll, maybe hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, maybe even hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. If you want to leave your fingertips on the ground, maybe crawl your hands to one side and then the other. So just feeling into your forward fold. Let your head be heavy, let your neck relax. Maybe a little bounce or a little sway. Try to keep your weight slightly forward. So rather than rocking back into your heels, more in your toes and the balls of your feet. And see if you can feel a connection to your center, even in your forward fold. So it's like there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button, and it's pulling straight up towards the sky. Relax through your face, soften. Take one more huge breath here. Next time you inhale, halfway lift position. So get all the rounding out of your back. Yeah, how much length can you create? Exhale, fold and bow. Do that once more. Beautiful. Halfway lift, crown of your head reaches forward, tops of thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, let it go. This time, come through your halfway lift and take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky as you breathe in, and hands to your heart as you exhale. Very nice. Flow with your breath for just a moment. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, swan dive down. Take your time, traction out your spine, then fold. Nice work with your inhalation. Halfway lift, spinal extension, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow deeply, fold all the way to empty in your breath. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise back up. Arms to the sky. Hands to your heart with your exhalation. Do that once more. So like a moving meditation, maybe close your eyes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale takes you down. Try not to hurry, not to rush. So feel each transition. As you breathe in, halfway lift. Feel that length and strength in your back body. Exhale, fold all the way to empty in your breath. Navel to spine connection. Lead with your heart. Rise back up. Arms to the sky. Breathe in. Hands to heart center. Breathe out. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And then side body stretch to the right. We're gonna take a yin yang variation. So your right arm goes under, left arm goes over. So it's like you're reaching in these opposite directions, like somebody was pulling on your wrists and pulling one arm to one side, one arm to the other side. More weight in your left foot. Yeah. And then breathe into your left side body, your rib cage, your waistline. Soft through your face, big deep breaths. Take one more round. Very nice. With your inhale, come back up, reach up, realign, and then other side with your exhale. So left arm under, right arm on top. Good. See if you can feel that length in your right side and then breathe into it. See if you can feel the space in between your right ribs and increase that space with each breath. So those intercostal muscles, they're expanding and contracting. Feel that. Take one more huge round. Reach a little further through your fingertips. Inhale, come back to center, both arms to the sky. As you exhale, cactus your arms, and we're gonna move slowly into a baby back bend. So hug in with your inner thighs and start to press your hips gently forward, but keep hugging in. And then see if you can press your arms back and your chest forward. So this is the beginning of your back bend. Maybe you stay here. If you would like, see if you can squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades and then curl open even more. Lift your heart even higher. Try not to let your head just collapse back, but think of extending back, strengthen the sides of your neck. You should be able to breathe here. Hug in with your inner thighs, press your hips gently forward. One more deep breath down into your belly. Soften your face. Inhale, come back to center, realign. So find neutral. And then as you exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Beautiful friends, lift halfway as you breathe in. And exhale, let it go. Plant your hands, step back to plank position, top of a push-up. So give yourself just a moment in your plank. Spread your fingers really wide and actively push the ground away. Draw your belly button in and up and see if you can even squeeze through the front of your thighs, through your quad muscles. Start to rock forward and back, just little tiny rocks, like an inch or so of movement. It's like you're sawing through wood with your body, cutting through a loaf of bread. Next time you inhale, find that little rock forward, surround your tippy toes or knees come down to modify. Exhale, lower halfway. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push back up, high plank. Do that one more time, halfway down, chaturanga hold. Don't let your belly drop, don't let your shoulders roll forward. Inhale, push back up. And then slow as you can go, all the way down to your belly, nice bend. As you breathe in, Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out wide onto the hardwood floor, lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, take a twist to your right and dip your left shoulder down a little bit. Good. Inhale, back through center, lift your heart, tone your belly, navel to spine, press through your pelvis. Other side as you exhale. Beautiful. Go one more time, each direction with your own breath. The wider your hands are, the more space you're giving your shoulders. So feel into it, breathe into it, your own exploration, what's there. Eventually an inhale will bring you back to center, no rush. You might stay there for a couple breaths or so if it feels good. Downward facing dog is our destination. So however you want to get there, just transition with awareness. Once you're back in your dog pose, about 5 rounds of breath. So anywhere you want to take it, any exploration, you can move if you want, or you can be still if you'd rather. Even in stillness, there's a million different micro movements going on inside your body. So feel into those. Maybe make little tiny micro adjustments. I don't even see them on the outside, but you feel them on the inside. Is your breath still there? Is it still big, spacious, powerful, and strong? Can you hear it as it flows through? Use it to keep you present, to keep you here, to keep you in your body. Take one more huge inhale, push the ground away, lift your hips even higher. Exhale, look to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or hop forward, fold. Once you have arrived, lift halfway, realign, inhale, exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Big, huge stretch at the top. Hands to heart center with your exhalation. All right, friends, inhale, take your arms up. And then as you exhale, this time sit back into a chair pose. So weight in your heels. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them apart. Bring your feet, if they're not already, hips width distance apart. Take one more inhale in your chair. And then as you exhale, we're gonna twist to the right. So left hand comes down in between your feet, or maybe your left hand comes to a block. You could also bring your left forearm across your thighs to modify. Right arm reaches up. Maybe you gaze up at your right fingertips. So open through the right side of your heart. If you know the half or the full bind and you want to go there, you're welcome to. Keep your spine long. So crown reaches forward, hips reach back. Knees are nice and even. They're flush with one another. See if you can breathe all the way down into your belly and then use your exhale to twist a little bit further. Take about 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Good job. Soft through your face. Big deep bend in your knees, low in your legs. Very end of your next exhalation, forward fold, unwind. Nice work. Lift halfway, realign your spine, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Pause in your plank pose. And we're gonna open up into a side plank. Right hand is your base. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Left arm to the sky. Good. If you want to modify, right knee can absolutely come down. No big deal. See if you can lift your hips really high. Nice, Brenda. Maybe reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Maybe float your left leg up. If you float your left leg up, see if you can lift your hips even higher. Take one more big, huge, full body breath. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Take an inhale at the top to find your strength. Little baby rock forward onto your tiptoes. And then exhale all the way down. Find a back bend of your choice this time. Maybe you give yourself a couple breaths. And then just a tabletop position. Nice, Andrea. So hands and knees as you are ready. Just like we do in a plank pose on your hands and your knees, spread your fingers and actively push the ground away. Draw your belly button in and up. So it doesn't feel like your low back is sinking down, but it feels like your navel is drawing towards your spine and your low back is almost puffing up. Keep that and take your right arm forward, your left leg back for a spinal balance. So right arm, left leg. Gaze down at the ground so back of your neck is long. Maybe close your eyes here and feel from the inside. Feel into your optimal alignment, strong, straight, powerful line of energy. Reach through your fingertips and press through your back foot. Take one more inhale. Nice, Cam, like you're moving in slow motion, elbow to knee, curl in, round your spine, hollow out your belly. Good, inhale, re-extend. Long, strong, and powerful. Try not to arch, but just straight. Exhale, elbow to knee like you're moving through molasses. All the way to empty with your breath. Nice, Leslie. Inhale, get long, strong, and powerful. One last time. Elbow to knee underneath you. See if you can exhale all the way to empty. Feel that connection, navel to spine. And then inhale, lengthen. Very nice. As you exhale this time, reach your right arm back towards the back of the room. Bend your left knee, heel towards your butt. See if you can push into your left hand and lift your heart. So gaze forward, not by just lifting your head, but lift your heart. Stay here, or if it's available, grab hold of the top of your foot or your ankle. Once you've got it, start to kick and pull. So work with gentle leverage, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. See if you can lift your heart a little higher. Soften around the pose, soften your face, unclench your jaw. Take one more big, huge breath. Nice work. End of your exhale, slow release, re-extend. So find your spinal balance, find neutral, breathe in. Exhale, set everything down. Good job. Extend your right leg straight out to the right. Toes face directly forward, heel comes straight out from your hip. Take your left arm out to the left, all the way up to the sky. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, thread your left arm through. So reach as far as possible, then come down to rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head, just gently. If you do not like having your right leg extended, you can always just set your right knee down, no big deal. You might wrap your right arm behind your back. So your own variation, your own exploration, and then make sure you can feel your breath, slow and steady. Exhale all the way to empty every single time, so there is no rush in your breath. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds here. Notice whatever there is to notice. You might make little adjustments to get more out of the pose for yourself. Good, everyone. If your right hand happens to be lifted, slowly return your right hand to the ground. And then next time you breathe in, unthread your left arm, reach it all the way up one more time, open up, and exhale, left hand down. Pick up your right foot, swing your right leg over. So right tiptoes come off the left side of your mat, press them into the ground. See if you can pull your hips over to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. So work into the length of your right side. Sometimes I like to curl my right hand forward a little bit. You might bend one or both elbows. You might come down onto one or both forearms. Push the ground away. Arch or round, rock forward or back. So feel into this for yourself. One more big breath. End of your exhale, back to hands and knees, tabletop position, and then back to downward facing dog. Good job, friends. Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is my favorite because it's energizing at the same time as it's relaxing. Feel into that calm and relaxed, focused and alert all at once. Next time you breathe in, right leg to the sky. So send your right leg up and back. If you want, you can open up your hip or roll out your ankle or explore in your own way, but then eventually square off your hips. So in your next couple breaths or so, just square off your hips, right hip faces down and slightly back, inner thighs face each other. I do not care about height, but I do care about strength and power. So make your right leg feel really strong as it's floating. If I came over and tried to press it down, it wouldn't even move. It's so powerful. Press up with your right foot as you press down through your hands. Take one more big, huge inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round and hollow out. And stay as you breathe in. See if you can lift higher through your waistline. Push the ground away. Exhale, step forward softly. Good. Rise up to a crescent lunge. So front knee over, front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. Hips are square, especially your back hip. Make sure it's facing directly forward. And then energetically pull your front hip back. Pull your back hip forward. So it's like you're plugging the femur bones into the hip sockets. Your legs feel really strong and sturdy. Little tone in your belly, navel to spine connection, puff up through your chest, proud chest. As you reach up, feel into your fingertips. Maybe you're spreading them wide, like there's energy shooting out of them. Or maybe today you want to keep them soft. So just be intentional. Nice, Andrea. Take one more big inhale. Awesome, Cam. As you exhale, turbo twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Bend your back knee to a hover, or you can bring your back knee down to modify. Try to stay centered, so you're not leaning forward here. Weight is nice and centered. Broaden through your shoulders and your collarbones. Use your exhales to twist a little bit further. If you want a balance challenge, gaze back over your right fingertips. Take 1 or 2 more rounds of breath, feeling your body in this pose, feeling your breath moving through. End of your next exhale, listen here. Bring your right forearm across your low back. Square your shoulders forward. Reach your left arm up, and then reach your left arm slightly back. So see if you can start to curl open. Pump up your heart, gaze up. You can have a bend in your back knee, or you can straighten your back leg, whatever feels best for you. Navel to spine to protect your low back. Take one more inhale. Good job. Exhale, hands to the ground, or left hand to the ground, I should say. Once your left hand is on the ground, reach your right arm to the sky. Twisting again, revolve lunge. Nice job. Strong through your legs, especially your back legs. So press into the ball of your back foot. You can stay right here, or if you want a little bit more, walk your left fingertips off the left side of your mat. Reach your right fingertips back. So you're trying to let your heart look up towards the sky. Try not to collapse through your legs. Stay strong through your legs. Keep breathing down into your belly. Beautiful. Take one more full round. Awesome, river. End of your exhale. Let it go. Unwind. Walk your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten your legs. Take an inhale to lift halfway. So find length. And then exhale, either fold or anywhere you want to go. So you can explore on your own. Get out of your head and into your body. Feel around. You can hold in stillness, all those little baby micro movements. Or you can move around, more dynamic movements if you'd like. Wherever you choose to be, your breath is right there with you. Use it to keep you on your mat, to keep you present. So yes, your physical body is here, but where is your mind? Have you wandered off somewhere else? If so, notice that, come back. Last couple breaths. Nice, Whitney. Next time you breathe in, come back to your halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground, so bend your knees if needed. Crawl your hands to the top of your space. Rotate your toes to face forward, so you're in a low lunge. From your low lunge, standing splits, left leg to the sky. So root into your right foot, left leg lifts. I don't care how high, but I do care about the power and energy in your left leg. So if you can feel your breath moving all the way up into your left toes, so there's energy in your left toes. You can stay where you're at, or feel free to play a little bit. Maybe right arm behind right leg, maybe handstand hops. If you're holding in standing splits, relax your neck rather than gazing forward. See if you can let your gaze fall somewhere behind you, or maybe even look up at your belly button. Take one more big inhale, nice, Andrea, or maybe one more hop. Exhale, set your left foot down next to right, top of your yoga mat, forward fold. And give your right leg a little shake out. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift. Nice, Lily. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet all the way up, arms to the sky. Inhale, stretch. Hands to heart center, reconnect with you. Exhale. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. And chair pose, sit low, sit back. So weight in your heels, make sure all 10 toes face directly forward. Make sure you can look down and see your toes. If you cannot, that means your knees are coming too far forward. So rather than knees forward, think butt back. Bring your feet, if they're not already, hips width distance apart. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll twist, this time towards the windows. Right hand to the ground, in between your feet, left arm to the sky. You can also use a block under your right hand, or right forearm across your thighs instead. Nice, Lisa. Butt reaches back, crown of your head reaches forward so your spine stays long. Your knees stay even. If you want to move into the half or the full bind at any time, feel free. And I know this pose is not comfortable. See if you can be with that. Find your breath, let it move through you, even amidst the discomfort, even amidst a lot of sensation. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Twist from your center. One more round. Use your exhale to work your twist. Nice, Christine. End of your exhale. Forward fold, unwind. Good job. Halfway lift position. Inhale, realign your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Pause. Side plank. This time, left hand is your base. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot, or left knee can come down to modify. Your feet can be stacked or staggered, but make them active. It's like you're karate chopping your mat with the outer edge of your left foot. Lift your hips really high. Yeah. Maybe reach your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. So feel into the length of your right side body, right waistline. Your intercostal muscles in between your right ribs are expanding and contracting with each breath. Maybe your right leg floats up. Take one more round, your fullest expression. Nice bend, end of your exhale, plank or modify. Take an inhale to prepare, find your strength, and then slowly lower, chaturanga. Lift your heart, your back bend, your choice. And then tabletop position. So take a moment, spread your fingers, push the ground away. Find neutral spine, so navel to spine connection, so it doesn't feel like you're sinking into your low back. And then see if you can keep that. This time your left arm goes forward, your right leg goes back. So left arm, right leg. Rather than thinking of a smiley face shape, go for a strong, straight, powerful line. Inner thighs face each other. Your belly button is still pulling in and up. So you still feel connected to center. Slow, deep breaths. Back of your neck is long. Gaze down. Take one more inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Move as smoothly as you can. Curl in, hollow out. Inhale, long, strong, and powerful. Exhale, elbow to knee like you're moving through honey. Round, hollow out, empty out. Nice, Cam. Inhale, get long. Reach through your fingertips. Press with your back foot. Last one, elbow to knee. Find your center all the way to empty. Inhale, reach. And then this time, left arm reaches towards the back of the room. Bend your right knee, heel towards your butt. Lift your heart. So by pressing into your right fingertips, see if you can lift your heart higher. Gaze forward. Maybe you grab hold of your right foot or your right ankle. Once you've got it, start to work it with gentle leverage. Hug in with your inner thighs. So don't let your right knee shoot out to the right. Lift with your heart. Use the mobility in your mid and your upper back. Yes, one last round. Very end of your exhale, slowly release, re-extend. So find neutral first, inhale. Exhale, set everything down. Good work. Take your left leg straight out to the left. Toes face forward. Your heel should come straight out from your hip. Right arm out to the right. And then all the way to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, thread your right arm through. So reach as far as you can and then gently rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Any variation, any exploration you want to take on this side. And feel your big deep breaths, especially feel them in your back body. So if I came over and put my hands on your back, I should be able to tell, are you inhaling or are you exhaling? Are you expanding or are you contracting? Soften your face, soften your outer shell, soften around your hard edges. Last couple breaths. Good job, friends. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, set it back on the ground. And then next time you inhale, unthread your right arm. Reach it all the way up one more time. And exhale, right hand comes down. Pick up your left foot now and swing your left leg all the way over so it's off the right side of your yoga mat. Set your toes on the ground. Pull your hips over to the left just a little bit as you gaze back over your right shoulder. So create length in your left side. You do you. Maybe you rock forward or back. Maybe you arch or round. Push your hands into the ground. Gaze under your right armpit. Take one more big breath. Awesome, Sydney. End of your exhalation, back to tabletop. And then back to downward facing dog. Take a moment, walk it out, reconnect. Next inhalation, left leg to the sky. And go ahead, if you want to, open up your hip, roll out your ankle, maybe even take some circles with your left knee. Eventually, square hips. So start to really feel into the difference of square hips and open hips. Learn to articulate through your hip joint. Left hip faces down, slightly back, inner thighs face each other. Make your left leg really strong, really powerful. Nice work. Press through your fingertips, lift from your center. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, bless you, press the ground away, knee to your nose. So curl in round, stay here as you breathe in. You should be on your back, tippy toes, shoulders over your wrists, and then step forward softly. Exhale. Rise up as you are ready, crescent lunge. So hips square, high on the ball of your back foot. Rather than sinking into your pose as deep as you can, find stability as well. So front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. The femur bones are plugged into the hip sockets. Yeah, nice Marriott. Tone your belly, so little navel to spine connection. You should feel that in your low back, that support in your low back. Heart is lifted. Reach through your fingertips. Be intentional even with your hands. Maybe gaze slightly up and then feel your breath flowing through. One more inhale. As you exhale, turbo twist, right arm forward, left arm back, bend your back knee to a hover. If you feel like bringing your back knee down to modify, absolutely fine. If your back knee is lifted and hovering, imagine you're trying to pull your back thigh forward. Imagine you're trying to pull your front hip back. Nice, Sam. Maybe even gaze over your left fingertips behind you. Use your exhale to twist further. One more round. End of your exhale, left forearm across your low back. Square your shoulders forward, reach your right arm up, and then reach your right arm slightly back. Curl open through your heart. Make it come from your mid and your upper back, so your low back is supported by your low belly. Take one more round, reach, lift. Beautiful. End of your exhale, bring your right hand to the ground, and then left arm to the sky. So you're still twisting revolve lunge. Nice, Whitney. So be here and feel into the strength of your legs. If you would like to take it a little further, walk your right fingertips off the right side of your yoga mat and then start to reach your left fingertips back. So it's like you're trying to touch the person behind you. Your heart wants to look up at the sky. Yes, beautiful. Try to stay strong through your legs. Take one more huge breath. All the way to empty, twist, twist, twist. Nice, Lily. End of your exhale, let it go. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And anywhere you want to take it. So exhale to fold or explore on your own. You can do what you did on the other side or something completely different. Totally up to you. Make sure your breath stays right there with you, wherever you choose to go. Rather than wandering off in your mind, can you stay in your body? Can you stay with your breath? Last couple rounds. Really nice, everyone. Next, inhale, halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. Bend your knees if needed, and then walk your hands to the top of your space. Rotate your toes forward. You're in a low lunge again. From your low lunge, standing splits. Left foot roots down, right leg lifts as high as it will go. If as high as it will go is 2 inches above the ground, awesome. So just find your own edge and then be with it. Breathe into it. If you want to play, feel free. So maybe a little lightness in your practice. Maybe you want to take some hops. Maybe you want to play with your balance. Good. If you're holding, relax your neck. Soften your face. Take one more inhale. Maybe lift your right leg higher. Maybe take one last hop. And then exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Set your right foot down. You can give your left leg a little shake out if it needs it. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then from here, walk your feet out really wide to the width of your mat. Toes come out wider than your heels. So toes out, heels in. Low yogi squat, malasana. So hands to heart center. And if possible, keep your heels on the ground. If you need to lift your heels, that's okay. If your heels are lifting, it might help to bring your feet out a little bit wider. Try to think of yourself as a turtle coming out of its shell. So rather than rounding and curling in, lift through the crown of your head, broaden through the fronts of your shoulders, lengthen through your spine. Take about 3 more big, deep breaths down into your hips, down into your groin. If you want to make this harder, more challenging, you can reach your arms up, press your palms together. Try to keep your chest lifted. Nice job, everybody. Soften your face. Take one more round. End of your exhale, fingertips to the earth, hips to the sky. You can heel toe your feet in, hips width distance, or big toes touch if you prefer. Take an inhale to lift halfway and realign. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank pose and pause. This time from plank pose, one arm at a time, come down to your forearms, forearm plank. So keep your belly strong as you lower down. Pause here for a moment. Elbows should be underneath shoulders. Forearms either parallel, palms face down, fingers spread really wide, or you can interlace your fingers for a little less intensity. Belly button pulls in and up. Breathe into your back body. See if you can even squeeze through the fronts of your thighs. Your quad muscles turn on. Slowly, without letting your elbows drift apart, walk your toes in towards your elbows and lift your hips as high as you can. So coming into dolphin pose. Imagine there's a rope attached to your belly button and it's pulling up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Stay where you're at or take your right leg up. Press up with your right foot, strong through your right leg. If you want to take a few hops, feel free. Couple more breaths with your right leg lifted. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. If your right leg is lifted, set your right foot down, left leg to the sky. 2 or 3 more rounds. You are so much stronger than your mind tells you you are. Stay strong through your arms and your shoulders. Press your chest back towards the back wall. If your left leg is lifted, see if you can lift it even higher or just make it stronger, more powerful. Hop if you want to. Last big, huge breath. Awesome job, everybody. End of your exhale, left foot down, knees down, and find a resting pose. So child's pose, maybe embryo pose. Reach your hands back towards your heels. Or maybe even hero's pose, just sitting in a kneeling position. So take a moment to just rest and feel. Take a moment to slow down your breath if it's sped up. And then next couple rounds, downward facing dog. All right. From your dog pose, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then try not to move through your hands or your shoulders as you open your right hip. So bend your right knee and reach your right knee out to the right, up towards the ceiling. So it's like your right hip is a hinge on a door, your right leg is the door, and it just swings open. Your shoulders are still square, both hands are pressing into the ground. Active through your right foot. Take one more inhale, maybe lift your right knee a tiny bit higher. You can stay here if you want, or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, nice, Kate. Back up, three-legged dog. Open your hip if you want to. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or even aim for your armpit. Get as high as you can. Push the ground away. Inhale, back up, three-legged dog. Stretch it out. And then everybody, exhale, knee to your nose. Step forward softly. We're gonna take a pyramid pose. So step your back foot in about a foot or so. Both feet on the ground, flat on the ground. And I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. All 10 toes face directly forward. Inhale to a halfway lift and bring your hands to your hips. And then from here, stand all the way up. So press into your feet, lift your upper body. Once you're standing, you might gaze down at your hips and make sure they are square. So if your left hip is behind your right, adjust. You want your hips straight across from one another. Next time you inhale, take your arms to the sky. As you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. If this is too much, you can grab opposite elbows instead. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades hug towards your spine. Take an inhale, reach your hands back, maybe lift your heart or lift your gaze. Exhale, lead with your heart, hinge at your hips, slowly dive down. So think forehead towards your right shin, nose towards your right knee, navel towards your spine. If having your hands behind your back is not helping you at all, you want to just focus on the legs, perfectly fine to let go of your clasp. Keep pulling your right sit bone up, 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 and pressing back through the very top of your right thigh. Use each exhale to dive a little bit deeper. So end of at each exhale, navel to spine connection. That's your invitation to fold just a little bit further. Take about 2 more rounds of breath. Front leg as straight as it will go without hyperextending through your knee. Forehead towards your shin, navel towards your spine. End of your next exhalation, bring your hands to your low back, then release your clasp. Bring your fingertips to the ground, so bend your front knee as much as you need to. Start to crawl your hands forward and then float your back leg up. So not standing splits, but think of a warrior 3 position with your fingertips on the ground, or use blocks underneath your hands if you've got them. Square hips. So left hip faces down towards the ground. Your back leg is strong and powerful. From here, we're moving into a revolved half moon. So right hand to right hip. And imagine you're literally pushing your right hip towards the back wall. Start to feel your upper body twist to the right. Work that twist with your core strength. Maybe your right arm reaches up. Keep your back leg strong. Squeeze through your inner thighs. See if you can open through the right side of your heart. Yes. Take one more full round. Work your twist. Very end of your exhale. Let it go. Keep your back leg lifted. Now we'll open up to a regular half moon. Should feel good. Right hand stays down, left hand to left hip or left arm to the sky. So let your heart open, let your hips open. Maybe lift your back leg a little higher. Powerful and strong. You got it. Nice, Lisa. One more breath, your fullest expression. Breathe in every direction. End of your exhale, top of your space, forward fold. Set everything down. Give your right leg a little shake out. Good job, friends. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet all the way up, arms to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, balancing here, standing staff. So left foot is your base. Lift your right knee up, then take your arms up. Find your balance. So hug in with your inner thighs, flex your right toes, make your right foot active. Maybe focus your gaze on something in front of you that's not moving. If you want to stay here, perfectly fine with me. Otherwise, one more inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right, bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand can come to your sacrum or right arm can reach straight back. You choose. Squeeze through your inner thighs to work your twist. If you want, if it's available to you, left hand grabs your right foot and start to extend your right leg forward, hand to big toe pose. So only extend as much as you can without rounding your back. Nice reverse, squeeze through your inner thighs, press through your right heel if you're extending. Take one more big deep breath, work your twist. End of your exhale, unwind, standing staff, arms to the sky, right knee is still lifted. As you exhale, listen, low lunge. So slowly and intentionally, right toes to the back of your mat, hands to the ground. See if you can touch down at the same time. From here, bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out wide. So all the way to the edge of your mat or maybe onto the hardwood floor. Lower your upper body towards the ground. You can bring your back knee down if you want to for a little less intensity. Try not to let your left knee fall inwards, but keep it tracking open, outwards towards your pinky toe. If you want to pivot your left toes out to the left a bit or roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, that's fine with me. Let your heart melt down. Nice, Brenda. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Keep your left knee on top of or a little bit behind your ankle. So rather than your knee coming forward, that'll just bring the mobility into your knee and your ankle. We want to keep it in our hips. So keep your knee aligned over your ankle or a little bit behind. Take about 2 more breaths. Allow yourself to be in discomfort and soften around it. Teach your body, it's okay. I know you're uncomfortable, but you can still relax. Ah, good job. One last round. And if you want, exhale out your mouth. Rise back up to your hands if you're not there already. Plant them under your shoulders. Lift your back knee up. Work your left foot back. So you're in a plank position. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Come to your knees if you feel like modifying. Exhale, slowly lower. Back bend of your choice as you breathe in. Open your heart. Open your front body. And then for a moment, just rest. Child's embryo. Heroes. Slow and steady with your breath. Feel your body. Even notice your thoughts as they come and go. So not necessarily interacting with them or attaching to them in any way, but just noticing, what does your mind do when you're not paying attention? And then in your next couple of rounds, downward facing dog. Big deep breaths. Inhale your left leg to the sky. And then try not to shift through your hands or your shoulders. Open up your left hip, bend your knee, reach it out, reach it up. So stack your left hip on top of right. Active through your left foot. Strong through your arms, connected to your center. Take one more inhale. Stay here if you want. Otherwise, exhale, left knee, right elbow. Get as close as you can. Push the ground away. Inhale, back up, 3-legged. Open your hip if you want. Exhale, left to left. Aim high. Aim for your armpit. Push the ground away. Yes. Inhale, back up. And then last one. Everybody, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Step forward softly. Pyramid stand. So step your back foot in a little bit. Feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam, unless the balance beam feels right for you. All 10 toes face forward. Come to a halfway lift, hands to your hips, breathe in. And then as you exhale, all the way up, rise. Take a moment, gaze down at your hips, make sure they're straight across from one another. So adjust if needed, and then arms reach up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, or if that's too much, grab opposite elbows instead. Those of you interlacing, switch to one finger over. So it's gonna feel a little bit weird, a little bit funky. Go with that. Shoulders roll back and down. If you can, start to reach your hands back. Maybe lift your heart up. Big inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips. So heart reaches forward, left hip pulls back as you dive down. Forehead towards your left shin, nose towards your left knee, navel towards your spine. Big, deep breaths. Use your exhales to fold. Go a little bit deeper from the inside. If you don't like your arms here, if you don't want to worry about the arms, focus on just the legs. Fine with me. Use your breath. Soften with your exhalations. Lengthen your front leg as much as you can without hyperextending. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your front foot. See if you can even pick up your front toes and spread them. Take one last big deep breath here. Good job. End of your exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp, fingertips to the ground. So bend your front knee if needed. Walk your hands forward, float your back leg up. So like a warrior three position. Hips are square, fingertips on the ground or hands on block, spine long. From here, we'll revolve our half moon. So left hand to left hip. Start to look over towards the windows. Let your torso rotate towards the windows. Work that from your core, from your center. Maybe extend your left arm up. Keep your back leg strong, hips square. If it's helpful, bend your standing leg a little bit. Breathe down into your belly and work your twist from the inside. You can do it. One last round. Try to stay balanced. End of your exhale, unwind. Regular half moon. So left hand on the ground or a block. Right hand to your hip or right arm to the sky. Open up. Should feel good now to open your hips. So really expand, take up space. Beautiful, Kate. See if you can let your heart really open. See if you can lift your back leg a tiny bit higher. One last inhale. Awesome job, everybody. Forward fold, top of your space. Good work. Shake out your left leg if it needs it. Oh, so hard today, I know. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet, rise up, arms to the sky. Hands to heart with your exhale. All right, one last balance. Right foot is your foundation. Lift your left knee and then take your arms up, standing staff. So hug in with your inner thighs, flex your left toes, active through your left foot. If this is where you want to stay, just working with balance, perfect. Otherwise, next time you exhale, twist towards the windows to your left. Right hand to the outside of left knee or thigh. Left hand can press into your sacrum or left arm reaches back behind you. So use your arms against your body to work your twist gently. Gentle leverage. If you want to, grab hold of your left foot and extend your left leg just as much as you can without rounding your back. Hug in with your inner thighs. Breathe down into your belly. Twist from your center. I know it's hard. You can do it. One more round. Fullest expression. Nice, Lisa. End of your exhale. Ever so slowly unwind. You're in standing staff. Arms to the sky. Left knee lifts. You can extend if you want. Breathe in. Slow motion into your low lunge. Left toes to the back of your mat, hands to the ground. And working with our hips, hands to the inside of your right foot. Bring your right foot out nice and wide. And then upper body starts to melt down. If you want to bring your back knee down, totally fine with me. Right knee tracks out and opens rather than collapsing in. So try not to let all of your weight fall over to the left, but encourage your weight to the right. Keep your right knee on top of or a little bit behind your ankle. If you want to go deeper, scoot your back foot or your back knee back further. Take about 3 more huge breaths. So as big as you can breathe. As much space as you can find with each inhale, and then all the way to emptiness with your exhales. Soften around the pose. If it's so uncomfortable, be with that. Breathe into it. One last round. Come back up to your hands. Lift your back knee if it's on the ground, and then work your right foot to the back of your mat, plank position. Inhale at the top, find your strength. Exhale to slowly lower. Good job. Lift your heart, inhale. Feel free to stay for an extra couple breaths. And then either one last down dog or one last child's pose. Maybe a little bit of both. So take a moment to just be where you are, to feel all that energy that we've stirred up inside. Feel it moving around, flowing around inside of you. Feel your aliveness. Wherever you have chosen to be, one more great, big, huge breath. And then end of your exhale, meet in a tabletop, hands and knees. Come into a seat, and then eventually all the way down onto your back. You can get there however you want to, and you can face whichever direction you want to. I don't care. Once you're on your back, draw your knees in and just gently rock from side to side. Give yourself a little low back massage. Set your feet on the ground with your knees bent. Extend your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Flex your toes back. And then supine pigeon, figure 4 with your legs. So outer right ankle, top of your left thigh. You can stay right here, or you can lift your left foot off the ground, hands behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin. Try to keep a neutral spine rather than rounding. And if you want, you can rock a little bit or explore a little bit. Keep the flex in your right toes and keep pressing your right knee forward and away from your body. Breathe into your hips. And just let your body become heavier against the ground with each breath. Let your muscles start to soften. Just giving in breath by breath a little bit more. About 2 or 3 more rounds. All right, end of your next exhale, listen. If you're holding your left leg, set your left foot back down. From here, so keep your legs in this figure 4, but walk your left foot out to the left and let both of your knees fall to the right. So you're coming into kind of a windshield wiper variation of a twist. You can tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground. Yes. So your outer right foot will be on the outside of your left knee. If that bothers you, you can take your foot off your knee. Otherwise, use your right foot to encourage your left knee forward and down. So lengthen from left shoulder down to left knee. Breathe into that space. If the back of your left ribs lift a lot, that's okay, but have the intention of pressing your back ribs down. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds. All the way down to your belly with your breath. Last full body breath here. Bring your knees or bring your legs back up, uncross them, and take any movement you want before we do the other side. So any little neutralizing movements, maybe a full body stretch, maybe you draw your knees in, take a little rock, maybe a happy baby. And then set your feet down, knees bent. Extend your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Flex your toes. And then figure 4 on this side. Outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. Whatever variation you'd like to take here. Big, deep breaths. So as you let your body relax more and more, keep your breath powerful and strong, slow and steady. Little rocks if you want. Any exploration you want to take, just keep that flexion in your left foot. Keep pressing your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. Neutral spine rather than rounding as much as possible. If you are lifting your right leg, set your right foot back down. And then keeping your legs in this figure 4 for now, start to walk your right foot out to the width of your mat and then let both of your knees fall over to the left. So that windshield wiper variation of a twist. You can tee out your arms or cactus your arms. Yeah. If you don't like having your foot outside of your knee, then let it go. Otherwise, use your foot to gently encourage your right knee forward and down. Back of your right rib cage. If it lifts up a lot, no big deal, but have the intention of working it towards the ground. Big, slow, steady breath. And then I'll just leave it up to you when you feel pretty much even on both sides. Come back to center and take about 5 to 10 breaths anywhere you would like to go to complete your own practice. Yeah, so maybe it would feel good to windshield wiper your knees a few times. Maybe it would feel good to take some sort of inversion. Maybe it would feel good to go straight into your Shavasana. You are welcome to do so. So take your time and just slowly, mindfully begin your journey towards Shavasana. So as you're ready, just allow your body to completely let go. Allow your breath to become completely effortless. And these last few moments, as I play my bowls, just imagine your body as this great, big, wide open space for energy to flow through. So if at any time it feels overwhelming, if the sound is too intense, breathe into it the same way you would an uncomfortable yoga pose. My thought for you as you settle into your Shavasana, it's very simple. It's something to kind of ponder upon, feel into. It's by Corey Muscara. He just says, If you want to let go, you must fall in love with the part of you that is holding on. If you want to let go, you must fall in love with the part of you that is holding on. Shavasana. Start to breathe down into your belly. Start to bring gentle movement back into your body. And as you are ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And just give yourself a moment resting on your side body. Breathing into your back body. And just really letting your practice, that sound bath, settle inside of you, absorb into you. Maybe there's some way you visualize that. And use the strength in your arms. Guide yourself back up into seated meditation, facing towards the front of our space, front of the room. So just ending up right where we began. Sit up tall. Close your eyes. Gather your hands to your heart. Bow your head to your heart and acknowledge yourself for showing up today, taking the time to be here, do your practice, connect in a deeper way to yourself. Thank you for letting me guide you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, so much. You guys are the best. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask. And have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Hope to see you again soon. Good girl. Oh, let me say bye to my Zoomies if they're around still. Bye, Zoomies. Bye, Judy. Thanks
Bye,
for
honey.
doing my yoga practice today.
Thank you.
Can't hear you, Mom. Are you saying something? Love you.
Love you, baby.
What? Okay. Bye. Mwah.